And still here you are. Looking back at all the things you've been through, here you are and still going. Of all the things you've thought you've needed, looked for, and found, here you are, and what does it all mean? What has remained the same all throughout the years? What got strengthened in you? What have you chosen to let go? Maybe better integration of lessons learned through experiences? Maybe better understanding of how the mind and body works and how they are interrelated with each and every facet of your being and in each and every network of life. Maybe today, from where you stand, you resemble all that is absolutely true, that everything is what we make it up to be, and we have that power. And the world is just there abiding by the laws of nature. And at times that we wrestle with it, we suffer. Just becoming watchful of the patterns of our beliefs, actions, and feelings and relationships. Everything is interrelated to one another. The way you see things, the way you perceive things, it affects your body, it affects your circumstances, it affects your very life. In knowing that you are the culmination of all past struggles and ancestral battles, knowing that you are the wisdom of sages and teachers like Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad, and Einstein, knowing that you are the edge. You're on the leading edge because you're in the present moment. Everything is contained in the records of Akasha. Beyond the intellect, beyond the mind, there is a library of knowledge that is all there. All past thoughts are there in the air. Think of it as a cloud. The cloud, the way they talk about it in computers, there's also a cloud in the ether, in the air. Wisdoms are there and it's easily tapped into. Where do you think ideas come from? They come from when you are still and quiet. So right here where you are faced with what is to be transcended at the moment. Maybe transcend all those distorted, passed on programmings. They are here to be healed. Heal the trauma of your ancestors, your parents, and yourself. Because if you refuse to face it and let it go and bless it and heal it and forgive it, you'll continually, perpetually carry it. And you're going to carry it onto the next life or onto your children. So make time to really look into what is needed to be forgiven within you. It's easily healed through forgiveness and letting go and acceptance. First, you need to accept, acknowledge, integrate, and embrace. Embrace it. Accept the nature of the duality of light and dark, knowing that there's unity in that they are both. It's both the same thing. And you can go to the center that which is all of it, that which is God. That's the teaching of unity, oneness. That is what Ra came here to teach, the law of one. And the moment we go into preferences and pick sides, there's already black and white. And there's already an existence of the other side, the existence of opposites. But if you tune into the oneness of things, that they are both good and bad, and that you thinking about it makes it bad or good, you'll stay more in peace and at ease and with understanding with everything. This goes with people and circumstances and the way you look at life. If you look at life as one, that everything is connected and much needed for the other part to flourish, you will then conjure up or see clearly your role in this world. And may you embrace it with grace, ride the waves of moments. At times you are pushed to one side, because that's the point of our 3D reality. We came here to become differentiated from the one, and this causes much discombobulation, suffering, and confusion, because we're illusioned that we are separate from the one true God. The most common explanation is being human is separating from the ocean as a drop as the water falls, and that's our whole lifetime. And when the drop returns to the ocean, that is when we return to eternal life. But the drop and the ocean, they're both made up of the same material. They're made up of the same intelligence and consciousness. So you are no different from the things that you see around you. So watch if you're seeing through the eyes of separation, that when you pump up your specialness, maybe it feels so good to satisfy the ego. It makes you feel you're better than everyone, that your way is better than everyone else's, but this is a limited way of thinking and feeling and living. Your way of being is no different from any other one. You are the way the bird flies or the way the water falls. That is you. I always go back to Yogananda's teachings that God sleeps in the minerals, dreams in the plants, wakes up in the animals, and through man knows himself as God. So the main work here is to realize your divinity. Divinity coming from the root word dive, which pertains to sky. It is unlimited. It is omniscient. It is omnipresent. It's beyond time, space, and you contain that all the time. So when you feel like the 3D world or material things and opinions and thinking gets too much, you can tap into this unlimited part of you, the one that has been there even before you were born. So have faith in riding these waves. These are just waves of the mind. These are just projections of, it's a fun ride, this human experience, and we decided to jump into this, and we're here to just work out some kinks. Maybe you try to love alcohol and let it go. Maybe transcending your resentments and your things that you hate. From hate to love, from dark to light, from from non-gracious to gracious. That is the work in each and every moment. You are here to self-actualize and to become the most potent and fortified version of yourself that there is. You are here to purify. That's why I resonate with make pure thy heart. Make pure thy heart. The heart is the way to see through the eyes of compassion. You are the Dalai Lama. You don't need to meet him and shake his hand and kiss his feet. Embody the teaching. That's the teaching of Christ, going to the material world and telling you that you can create miracles. To be much attached to three-dimensional is to insult the gift of life, because most of life is intangible. They come in feelings, they come in the warmth, the energy. It comes in energy. So how are you showing up? Are you showing up with full force, full dedication, energetic mustering, and you're deliberately focused on the purification of what you truly are? Or are you here confused and trying to become somebody else, and you're energetically depreciated and depleted by the temptation of the outside world? Okay, everything here is tempting you to give up your divinity. It's all a power game, an energy game. All the ads, they're just selling you things. That's your energy. And all the tempting things on your screen are pulling you away from your true power, that which is now. Now is the only true power. Now is the only real life. Now is the only place where you can move into the direction that your higher self is calling you towards. And how real is that? How real is this version of yourself in your head? Make it up in your mind. Imagine the ideal self that you would wish to be, because that's how life rolls. It goes from here to better, and if you're not getting better, you're depreciating. It's just either more life force, you're becoming more purified, more gracious, more knowledgeable, more integral, more integrating of the teachings that you've been absorbing sensorily or intellectually or feelingly. If you are feelingly mindful, you know, that before you feel anything, you have thought of it and you have chosen to believe a thing. But you can always revert to non-thinking, non-feeling. It's just all surrender to the here and now. Tune into your body and watch the majesty and the system of your cells and blood and bones and nerves. And that electricity can be tapped into from the cosmos to the top of your head and to your tailbone. That's where it runs. And we can keep the flow of energy rejuvenating our physical bodies by emptying the mind. Because if you think of things, it uses prana. It uses vital life force outwards. But if you turn your attention within into the spine and take some deep breaths, you'll get a grasp of the game of life and how it really works. And then you'll have specific moves on how to navigate the world, the time-space reality, and your relationships and your creativity and your life's work. And right now is the perfect situation for the next moment of your gradual becoming or exponential. You know, things are really non-linear. You can do quantum leaps. It's just these micro decisions that you make in each and every moment, your belief. You can change your beliefs with how much resources you can come up with, how much you can produce, how much you can navigate, and how many connections you can plug in. Use the computer. It's pretty useful. Use it to your advantage. Use it to the manifestation of finding your way. And you'll feel lost and you'll find it again. But still, here you are. That which is now is the result of all your past thinking and decisions, and it's up to you. Assess, do a meeting with yourself. Have you been happy with all these things? Are the people around you happy with all these decisions? And decisions are being made every second. And the perfect you, the divine you, the resilient you is unstoppable and beautiful, and you have the power. Other than circumstance, other than other people, you know, it's beyond other people's imposition on you or perception of you. Doesn't matter, my friend. What matters is your alignment, your divinity. Learn yourself, know thyself, and practice thyself. That's it for today. I hope you picked up something good, and let me know how you are navigating. Because you're still here, you will be here, here you are, and where it goes is up to you. Namaste.